Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds. So I'm here with Happily Ever After, Season 5, Episode 7, Complicated. It's not that complicated, but the episode title is complicated. So I will give this episode a C plus. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't that great, but it was okay. So I'll give it a C plus. So I'm going to set my 900 seconds on the timer, and let's hop right in. Jenny and Sumit. So now we pick up with them on their honeymoon, and I'm sorry. Does Sumit have some type of life insurance on Jenny? Was he trying to kill her off? He's trying to take his 63-year-old wife, which, by the way, does anyone notice that she's been 63 for like the past 6 seasons? His 63-year-old wife, bungee jumping, cliff diving, jumping out of planes. I think he has some type of life insurance policy on her that he's trying to cash in or something. So anyway, they're on their honeymoon, and he convinced her to go zip lining. And that looked like a lot of fun, but personally, I don't think I would have been able to pull it off. Kudos to Jenny for pulling that shit off. Seeing her scream her lungs out across the river was a lot of fucking fun. Sumit was like, honey, are you okay? And he had like this huge smile on his face. I'm like, dude, you really look like you're trying to kill her off right here, like it's just, but Jenny pulled it off. She pulled it off, and she went screaming across that river. So after she did the zip line, her younger husband suggests that they go for Kama Sutra lessons. And she's like, dude, I'm 63, but she's been 63 for the past 6 seasons, kind of like Angela, who's been 56 ever since she started the show. She's like, I'm 63. I kind of know all the tricks. I don't need Kama Sutra. And you got to give Sumit credit. He tried his best to convince her. She wasn't having it. So then they go to this religious ceremony. And just like Jenny, I'm like fascinated by like all this stuff. Oh yeah, there was one thing I forgot. There was like a scene where they were driving, and there was cows like laying in the road. And I know that like cows are sacred in India and they're all over the place, but still I was like freaked out by it. And I know that's the American in me, and not having been to India, I was like, whatever. But on a side note, anyway, so they went to this religious ceremony at the Ganges River, and like Jenny, I was fascinated, in love with the whole thing, with the fire and the candles and everything else. So then they buy this flower boat from a vendor, and it's an offering that you give to the river, and you say a wish. Sumit says you're supposed to keep your wish a secret, but Jenny, expressed her wish that she wishes that Sumit's parents would accept their marriage and accept her. So you're supposed to put this flower boat in the water, and it's supposed to go down the river, and you're supposed to wash away all negativity and all things in the past. Anyway, just like their relationship, it got stuck. It got caught on like these ropes that were attached to a boat in the river. It got stuck. The flowers went all over the place. Jenny was like, oh no, just like our relationship, there's always an obstacle. Yeah, that kind of tells you something, huh, Jenny? So they're sitting down, and Jenny's like, I love the ceremony. I love the whole feeling of like renewing and starting over. So I have an idea. Now that we're legally married, Sumit, why don't I apply for the spousal visa for you, and you come to America and you see what Jenny's like in America? It's a lot more free thinking. We don't have to worry about what your parents think. We could just live together like a free thinking couple. Let me tell you, at that moment, I could smell that Sumit pooped his pants through the TV. He pooped his pants a little, Guys, I swear to God, he did. The look on his face, he was like, holy shit, I cannot believe Jenny is proposing this. You know, that man will never leave his mom's breast to come to America. That man is still breastfeeding, and he will never leave his mother to come to America. And at that moment, he was in panic mode. He was like, well, you know, we'll look into it and we'll see. Whatever, it is never happening. I'm moving on. I am going to move on to, let's see, Yara and Jovi. Oh, I just wanted to say my highlight for Jenny and Submit was Jenny on that zip line and just hearing her scream across the river. That was the highlight of the Jenny and Submit segment. So now moving on to Kim and Usman. So Usman is still very upset about the way Kim reacted in front of his friend when they were talking about the whole, you know, I'm going to call it for what it is, sister-wife situation, because, you know, he's wanting to have more than one wife. And she's not happy about it. So he's not happy about her reaction. So they meet up and she's apologizing. He reminds her that that's coffee in front of her. Don't throw it. She's like, you have never seen me out of character besides last night and the time that I threw the water on you. But, you know, you got me upset. I'm sorry. You will never see me act like that again. And she's like, you know, I'm a little frustrated. I need the yammy. And then that's when Usman, being the dumbass that he is, playing up to whatever he's playing. I think Usman is just like playing the role that he wants to play of like, oh, look at me. He's like, bend over right here. They're like in public and he's like, bend over. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Come on, like, Usman, please. And she starts laughing. They kiss, they make up, whatever. And then he's like, you know, you're not going to act like that at my birthday party. And, you know, I don't know, guys. I mean, I just hope that everything somehow works out. I just think that Kim just needs to like understand that if there is going to be a second wife, she's not going to be just a baby making factory. There is going to be emotions and feelings involved. Period. Period. No matter what Usman is trying to tell you, there is going to be emotions and feelings involved with the second woman. That's it. That's my unprofessional, professional opinion. And like a nose, everybody has one. Moving on. Ed and Liz. Ed wants Liz to lose weight. Yeah, you heard that right. Let that marinate for a second. Ed, who looks like Humpty Dumpty, wants Liz to lose weight. We're going to let that marinate for another second. So he invited his mom and his daughter to the engagement party. We know they're not coming. And so they go on these dates. Okay, so listen to this. They go on these dates and they role play. Let that marinate for a second to spice things up. So they go to this bar, right? And her name is Stella, and she's sitting there, and he comes in and he tries these different opening lines, okay? Because Liz wants to know why Ed has been single for the past 30 years. Besides obvious reasons, she wants to know why he's been single for the past 30 years. So Ed comes in, and these are his pickup lines. I'm Slide with a Y because I like to slide into DMs. Liz is like, goodbye. Are you okay? Yes, why? Because you're an angel that looks like that just has fallen from heaven. Goodbye. Is your father a boxer? Why? because you're a knockout. Goodbye. And then the line that finally got her under his spell was, do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk by again? Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say about these two. So moving on, Yara and Jovi. Yara and Jovi. This was actually really sad. And what's really sad about this is not only the subject matter, Yara was, very upset about the war in Ukraine, and it shows her watching, news and talking about her friends, how they're living. They spend the daytime in the bathtub, the nighttime, I'm underground, bombs going off. Her mother is safe in the Czech Republic, and she wants to go there and bring Mila with her, and try to find a way to help, her friends and family that are still in the Ukraine. So Jovi is concerned because Jovi wants her to wait until he, gets home from work, because he's going to have to go to work soon. He's going to be gone for a month, and he wants her to wait until he gets home from work so he can go with them. I get Jovi's concern because, his wife and his daughter are going to Europe. The political climate, there's a war going on in Ukraine. I get the whole thing. I get where Yara's coming from. Yara, just that's her home. In her heart, in her soul, in her mind, that is her home. She even said it. I want everything to be okay because it's my people, it's my country. I get her. I get her. She was crying. I mean, I get it. But what's even sadder to me, watching this whole thing, knowing that it was taped months ago, in real life, people, this war is still going on. And it seems like there was no fucking end to it. And that's so fucking sad. And for what? Why is this war going on? I don't know. So Jovi is trying to be really supportive, but he's worried. I get why he's worried. I get, Yara's emotions. I get all of it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So now, moving on to Libby and Andre. Libby and her sisters are at a dance school. Jen is a dance mom. Not surprised. Jen and Becky have changed their mind and decided to go to their mom's birthday party. And Libby's like, but I thought we were all, in agreement that we weren't going because of Charlie. And they're like, we decided that we were going to go. We're not going to let mom suffer because of this. And, we could deal with Charlie for a couple of hours. We feel like Andre is putting a wall between you and the family. He's really disrespecting mom. We don't like this. And then Libby's like, I'm not going to put us in a situation where Andre, could possibly, well, Andre, excuse me, I have to say the way Libby says, Andre could possibly put his green card renewal interview at risk. And immediately her sister's ears perk up and they're like, oh, green card interview renewal. We hope he gets sent back. And Libby's like, are you kidding me? How are you guys going to say this about my husband? Which I agree with her. That's pretty fucked up. No matter how you feel about your brother-in-law, you should have wished that he gets deported. So anyway, then we get to see the man of the hour. They have been talking about him all season, and we finally get to see Charlie. And he's taking pictures of Megan's feet. What in the actual fuck? And let me tell you, 70K in feet pics. Megan, paging Megan, please send me a DM because my friend Liza and I actually started our own feet pics page. I have an account on Feet Finders and it wasn't going anywhere and I gave up on it. So Megan, if you hear this, please send me a DM. I want to know what I did wrong. So anyway, Apparently, Megan makes a shitload of money on feet pics. Charlie and his double gold chains does not have an alcohol problem. Does not have an alcohol problem. He doesn't get drunk and start fights with people. That has never happened. He doesn't have any idea what they're talking about. And Megan does not remember him getting drunk and starting fights with people. That apparently never occurred. Okay. And anyway, Andre's the problem. And they're all going to their mother's to their mother's birthday party, whether Andre likes it or not. And he is isolating Libby from the family. And that's basically the gist of it. So, moving on to the last couple of the night. And my timer has run out, which just in time, because I don't want to talk much about them anyway. Unfortunately, just her, Angela, and Michael. So Angela and her new best friend, Rene, which she met in an airport, who she probably bummed a cigarette off of this woman. The two of them went into a bathroom. Rene paid off the bathroom attendant, and they smoked cigarettes together and chatted it up and had a great time. So that's how the two of them met. This is her new BFF, replacing her old BFF that went with her on her last trip to Nigeria, JoJo, which, if you guys don't know already, I'm a writer for Starcasm.net. Keep an eye out for a possible article soon. So, Rene is going with Angela to Nigeria. Angela is stressed the fuck out because, Mako is scamming her. So, Michael doesn't know she's going. Her and Rene are going. And as we see next week, gonna be abuse Michael time some more. So she's going with this marriage bylaws. Yeah, these marriage bylaws that apparently, because she's married Michael in a Christian ceremony in Nigeria, everything that Michael owns is hers. So when she gets to Nigeria, everything that he owns is hers, including his phone. So she is going to take possession of his phone to see exactly what is going on, because he refuses to take down his Instagram. He wants $5,000 to take down his Instagram, which I've elaborated before about this $5,000, the message bullshit. It's kind of funny how the screenshot that they showed us was a bunch of voice messages, and then the one actual text message was send me 5K. So you are going to leave someone 10 voice messages on WhatsApp and then going to extort them for 5K and type it out in a text message. So anyway, she is going down to Nigeria. What is his is hers. And as we see on the preview for next week, she is going to terrorize him and start vandalizing his car while Rene is standing outside of his house going, Michael, just come outside, Michael. Just come outside, Michael. So that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please like this video. Share with a friend. That would make me so, so happy. And if you're so inclined, please hit the thanks button right down there. You can send me a super sticker. Thank you so much. Bye.